She won't say no. She's always highly charged. She's engaging. She won't let a kid fail.
I met Jodie back when she started as a non-traditional student here and as a special education major. And you could tell that she thought long and hard about the profession she wanted to be in, and she wanted to make a difference in kids' lives. And working with her, she struggled on some of the things that are required for teacher certification. So there are tests that you have to take. They aren't easy for everybody. It's sometimes one of the reasons that people quit, and she didn't quit, and she persevered. And then when she got toward graduation, she was questioning whether she could be that traditional teacher in a special ed classroom. And I had her talk to one of our special educator faculty, Dr. Dale Upham.
The biggest inspiration I had was my professor, Dale Upham, a class of 120 people. And she calls me out at the end of the class and says, "Hey, you need to come and see me in my office hours," which was pretty intimidating. I go to her office and she says, "What are you doing in my class?" I was like, "It's a required class, I'm jumping through the hoop." And she said, "I figured you might say that. I want you to go out and visit 5 alternative high schools and come back and tell me what they're like. That can be what you're doing for my class." And I did. I didn't like what I saw in rural Wisconsin special education, but she worked through it with me. She recommended that I read a book about the school I'm now teaching at. And that led me to want to come out and visit the school. And when I did, they offered me to student teach here. And she made all that happen on Stevens Point end so I could be out of state, student teach, and move forward in educational reform. I'll forever be grateful.
The year after she student taught, she was their principal. And that does not happen anywhere. Usually you have to go and get your master's, you have to get your principal's license, and they saw in her what we saw in her. And she is something special.
I was a principal at one of the Met high schools here in Providence, Rhode Island, when a volunteer came in and he started a soda company with 12 students. And what we saw from that is the administrators of the school, where students were really engaged and they wanted to know more. And this was just an extracurricular activity for them. But they were coming back in saying, "No, I need to know more math. I got to go back and tell this guy about return on investment. I got to know percentages better." And just as the administrators of the school, we started looking at that week in, week out, and realizing, maybe these kids are onto something. And from there, we started building an entrepreneurial program. And so I transitioned out of being a principal, given my background in marketing, and we started E360, Entrepreneur 360.
She is now running the only freestanding entrepreneurial program in a public school district in the United States.
Our school is a 67% poverty school, and we're sending 98% of our students to college, and they're ready. That's just incredible. So working at an inner city high school with students that come from backgrounds and environments that just don't lend to the kind of support that every student in this nation should have has been a challenge. With that, I really feel like we're on a right track to do something about that. And entrepreneurship reaches every interest, every curriculum, every core content area.
NBC did a movie on me, and Jodie happened to see it in her hometown, 1,000 miles away. And her professor told her to read my book. She called, said she's interested in working here, drove her truck up. I met with her, she student taught, and then the rest is history.
Jodie as a coworker is amazing. I mean, working with her on a day-to-day basis, there's always energy, there's always fun, there's always something new or different. We're allowed to take risks, and so I think she's really created this amazing environment at the Entrepreneurship Center, and it's really just a really great place to come in to work every day.
I would say Jodie is hyperactive. She's always taking on a lot of tasks, she's always doing a lot. Another word that I can describe Jodie would be unique. Jodie's teaching styles are one of a kind. No other teacher teaches like her.
Jodie's really a happy person and an inspiring person. I think she helps a lot of people out, and it's pretty cool what she does, and she's always happy.
That's the neatest thing about Jodie, is she's always paying attention and she's always helping people be better than what they think they are.
She won't say no. She's always highly charged. She's engaging. She won't let a kid fail.
You make UWSP look good with everything you do and everywhere you go. You are exactly the kind of teacher we want to see in our schools every day. Thank you.